But I'd like to say a couple things while we're here. And this night is so special because since it only comes once a year, it helps us to pay more attention to it. And one of the things that we had happen is that at the very beginning of our worship today, we had children leading us in song. And it helped to put us in the mind of perhaps some Christmases years ago when either we were in the Nativity pageant or we were in a children's chorus or we were just that old, young, little, and having one of our first or several Christmases. And what happened is we're reminded of what a great and joyful gift this is. And Jesus came as a little child, and the scriptures tell us a little child shall lead them, and his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, Father forever, God Hero, Prince of Peace. When we had our responsorial psalm, didn't it make you feel with the purity and goodness of that child singing that the words to the psalm struck us some more and reminded us a little bit more, even though we've sung that song before, many times before this? We're reminded of the specialness of Christmas, the blessedness of Christmas, and the very first Christmas. Now, there is one thing, and I have to show you this. Hold on for a moment. Let me make sure my microphone is working. This is kind of a miracle, actually, a Christmas miracle. Everything went so well. Everything went so well. I remember one time somebody was telling me that baby Jesus was being played by a light bulb in the manger, and the light bulb blew out, just in time. Well, here we have everybody who practiced to put together this, and I have to tell you, my sister told me a story about a nativity pageant that she heard about. And it was one where, who was Joseph here? Who's the innkeeper who was here today? Where's the innkeeper? Stand up. Okay, now you had to say, we don't have any room. But, you did show him to the stable. But in this nativity pageant, the child who was being the innkeeper felt so badly about turning Mary and Joseph away that when the time came, Christmas Eve for the pageant, and they showed up and said, "You have a space?" And he said, "Sure, come on in." And I think that reminds us of part of the miracle of Christmas. To provide a place for God or the children of God, and to provide a place for God in our heart to remember that we're children. It was a great miracle. God became a child. Never happened before. Now here's part of the problem, though. Not a problem, but here is our baby Jesus, not played by a light bulb, but played by a very nice baby doll here. Very nice, okay? But it's just a baby doll, right? Although a beautiful baby doll. One time, I asked somebody, we need a baby doll for the nativity scene in front of church, in front of the altar. And I said, anybody have one we can borrow? Because I didn't have one. And a girl put her hand up, and I said, okay, wait a minute. Is it a new baby doll? And she said, yes. And I thought, okay. Then we won't have it, missing an ear or something like that, the much-loved baby doll. So I said, okay. And when she brought the baby doll to me, I looked, and it was a Cabbage Patch doll. It was a new doll. It was a very new doll. And I didn't have the heart, just like the innkeeper in that other pageant didn't have the heart to say, we have no room. I didn't have the heart to say, I'm sorry, we cannot use your new baby doll. And so we put it in the manger. She took a picture, and then we covered it up with straw pretty much after that. And that is a true story. Mary, would you hold the plastic baby Jesus for a minute, please? Thank you. You all did so well. It reminds us that it's possible to live in a world where everybody is welcome. It's possible to live in a world where people have a pure heart. It's possible to live in a world where we know God is close to us. But I would like on this Christmas Eve, Morgan, Miss Morgan, can you come down here? Miss Morgan is 4 months old. Now, I've got to admit that that is really a fabulous baby doll. But there's nothing so miraculous as a real child. And this is how God came to us, as a child just like us. In a beautiful poem to the Blessed Mother entitled A Woman Wrapped in Silence, it says this: "This is the way God came, not with uplifted, gates and a retinue of armies to bring him flaming through the breathless towns with swift compulsion and command. Not this, but briefest pausing in the pulse of life, with all our old simplicities unmarred, with no rejection of the flesh we bear, the hearts we love with, or the pains we know." I don't have much practice with this. I hope this is working okay for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby Jesus. Happy birthday to you. And let's sing Silent Night, okay? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young Virgin, Mother and Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. May you have a blessed Christmas that is peaceful and joyous, like the gift of this young new life that comes to us at Christmas time too.